Hello and welcome to TSG Foundation's Wisdom of the Zodiac class and meditation. Today's presentation is taken from Wisdom of the Zodiac by Gita Saraydarian, Volume 4, and this is Chapter 24, titled Aquarius, Energies of the Constellation. And I will begin today's presentation by reading for you from page 281, the first paragraph. The energies coming from the constellation of Aquarius will create a new chemistry in your body, emotions, and mind. Isn't that interesting? Your etheric physical body, your emotional body, and your mental body are directly affected by the radiations coming from the stars. The energies radiating from the stars are used as a substance by your consciousness to build your bodies. The builder is your consciousness. This is very important for you to remember, that it is your consciousness that is the driving force behind your life and everything that happens to you in your life. So in order for us to understand what that means a little more deeply, I'd like to read for you a few words from the book Consciousness, Volume 1, also by Gita, and this is on page 9. These are a wonderful series of 3 volumes, and the title is Conscious Evolution, this one chapter. And there are 2 kinds of evolution. You can evolve in your life through pain and suffering, which is called unconscious evolution, or you can evolve consciously by creating the life situations and shaping your life in such a way that you expand your consciousness and your beingness, who you are every day, catches up with that. So conscious evolution is followed on a special path. For example, here are the examples that you do if you want to have conscious evolution. Number 1, you want to perfect yourself because you do not like what you are. So you take steps to change yourself. The second one is you find your right environment, the environment that helps you thrive and grow and mature into the beautiful person that you want to be. Number 3, you discover your teacher. That's very important in esoteric wisdom, that you have a teacher whom you trust, who will guide you, and who will help you find the right path for yourself. Number 4, you put yourself under discipline, which means you really are going to work to make a change in your life. Number 5, you review your life and observe it every moment, which means you are learning to observe with detachment, and you are able to meditate and think of the new ways that you want to put into your life so that you make that conscious change. Number 6, you strive toward the model put in front of you by your teacher, providing, of course, you have a wonderful teacher that you love and trust and who will guide you so that you strive toward that model. Number 7, you render sacrificial service for humanity. This is very important, and sometimes we may be apt to forget it, which means practice what you learn, put it into practice, and see how it works, not just in theory in your mind, but in actual life. These are the steps leading you to conscious evolution. In conscious evolution, you harmonize your motives, thoughts, emotions, words, and actions with the spiritual principles of the teaching. So this is just a small summary of what it means to be conscious and to evolve consciously. And that's what the entire wisdom of the Zodiac is trying to teach us, is to take actions that will help you become conscious of who you are in life and what are the changes that you want to make, and you take the steps needed to become who you want to be. So this is when we do this, when we take this conscious action, we realize that we cannot keep thinking, acting, behaving in the ways that we did in the past. We have to move on and we have to look toward the future. So in order to do that, and here's a beautiful paragraph on page 282, how to change your reactions to these energies. The answer is simple. This is very important. This is going to set you up to take the steps that you need in order to make the life that you want. When your bodies change and your consciousness stays the same, you create a negative reaction. You create total friction. So you're not just going to think that when you think something, you are already changed. You're not going to take action that has no basis in thought and no basis in logic. So you're going to marry the two together: logical, sequential thinking, meditation, and planning for the future, and then you're going to strive toward that. So when the body and the consciousness are progressive, you have the opportunity for survival, and this applies to individuals and to humanity as a whole. So in this beautiful chapter, we are given by Torquem 10 things to do so that during this period of Aquarius, we are able to take the steps needed for us to evolve consciously. And through this, I chose 3 items that I'd like to share with you today, and I will talk about them. But what I'd like you to consider doing is, when you have this book, and if you don't have it, get the book, it is fantastic, that you use every day, 10 days during this period of Aquarius, and you meditate on each step. And when you meditate, I will talk about meditation a little bit later. When you meditate, it means you think. You think clearly and sequentially, you ask questions. You can do it with your eyes open or closed. Meditation does not mean to fall asleep while you're sitting down or just imagine things or visualize things. It is serious, serious thinking. So let's take 3 of these items that I'd like to highlight for you today, and they are all beautiful, and you're going to find which ones you need most by looking at all 10 of them. So the first one is the development and right use of thought energy. Now I like this because I think meditation is the foundation for conscious evolution. Why do I say that? Because in proper meditation, the kind that I subscribe to most is called seed thought meditation. In proper meditation, you use your power of thinking to observe, to think, and to see causes and effects. And when you do that, then you put the steps in place to make the changes that you want. Without that, you are not really taking the steps needed to make the changes that you want. So meditation is not sleeping, it's not tuning out, it is observing, thinking, synthesizing. So the best way to utilize thought energy is through meditation or right thinking. Okay, so remember, meditation means right thinking. Meditation makes you ask, is this righteous? Is this beautiful? Is this just? Is this free and joyful? Is this for the common good? In answering these questions, you discipline your thoughts. So you are learning through the process of meditation how to control your thought and direct your thoughts. Instead of looking backwards, you are looking to the future. You are looking how, if you want something, what are the changes that you need to make in order to get what you want. Now, the next one I'd like to focus on, which takes us to the next sequential step, is orientation to the future. We're going to orient ourselves to the future, and let me read why. This is on page 284. Aquarius demands that people do not look to the past and occupy themselves with the past. It's really important that you don't occupy yourselves with the theaters of the past, the theaters of sadness, of regret, of what I could have, should have done. You are going to look to the future, because what happens if we keep occupying ourselves with the past, we will get increasingly sad, depressed, cynical, and uncaring. And that's not the kind of life we want to live. You must take wisdom from the past. There is wisdom in the past. You must take that and take it to the front without becoming lost in the past. Do you see how that works? Don't become lost in the past. You must always look to the future, to your future vision. You must ask yourself these questions, and these are important questions that you can ask about everything in your life. What am I going to be in the future? Future can be next week, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, also the next lifetime. Remember, nothing happens by magic. You must strive. And the next question you can ask is, do the things I am doing now fit the vision I have for my future? See, it's logical, sequential thinking. Am I building my future or destroying it? How long is my future? 50, 60 years? Several lifetimes? So these are very important questions to ask yourself when you are young or when you're getting older. Don't lose time in looking backward. Go forward bravely and consciously, asking these very important questions. To me, what happens when you do this is you learn the very important and mystical words cause and effect. What do I need to put in place now so that I can have what I want tomorrow, next year, and so on? Now the same page, 284, when you look to the future, you are not caught by the miseries that you created in the past. Who amongst us has not created misery? Who has not experienced misery and sadness? All of us have. The past is miserable and can be. Sit down and think what you did in the past, legally, spiritually, physically, emotionally, and mentally. We created many, many messes. What are you going to do now? Look back and get frozen? Of course not. You can say, my past is my tail, let me cut it off. That's nice. Excuse me. I am forging ahead. As you look to the future and identify with your future, your past melts away. And this is very, very important. Why is that? Because it is in striving that we dissolve our past karma. You see, people think that karma is going to go away next lifetime, or somebody can say a few magical words on us and erase our karma. In reality, that doesn't happen, and we know that. We know that in our heart, that whatever we did has to be undone by us. In order to clean up your karma, you add to the treasury of the good things that you do by looking forward and moving ahead. But what is another quote or requirement that I'd like to read for you? And that is on page 285. This is number 9. And it is, the 9th requirement is self-healing. I really like this. I like self-empowerment. I think it's important for us not to think that we are victims of someone or some condition or life or aging or parents or whatever. I like to think that we have some sense of some self-control and self-empowerment, and we need to exercise it. So look at what this says on page 285. In the Aquarian age, the most popular and trusted method of healing will be self-healing. You must heal yourself. You will not need to go to the hospitals anymore. As your communication with higher forces increases, you will learn how to heal your body with your consciousness, how to heal the bodies of your friends, how to heal the bodies of groups. Now, this doesn't mean you don't go to the doctor if you need to go to the doctor, but even if you go to the doctor, nowadays doctors like to work with the patients to heal yourself. When you go to the doctor and you're told to do something, you have to follow those guidelines, but you also need to make lifestyle changes so that you can truly heal yourself. So the choices that you make in your life are up to you. And in the future, with more and more, as we become in communication with higher energies in the universe, we will learn how to heal our body. In fact, there's a beautiful new book coming out through TSG Foundation by Torcom called Esoteric Science of Healing. We should be getting this in a few weeks, and you may look at that book and read it and see how many methods of healing there are in there, exercises, life choices that will truly heal you and help you to become who you want to be. Now, a great sage has said many, many times in many books that in the future there is something in the human being, a center, that if released will heal every kind of disease. Can you believe that? Isn't that beautiful? I like that, and that gives me a lot of hope, a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of faith in the future, that through these methods of applying the wisdom teachings given to us by great sages, great teachers, and striving toward them, we will indeed make huge changes in our life that are very, very important. Now, let me warn us, change doesn't happen overnight. It takes time. But if you persist and strive every single day, let's say you meditate every day on one little tiny seed thought, and you write that seed thought down, and you meditate about the cause and the effects and the meanings of this item, and you try throughout the day to put that into practice. See if you do this 1 month, 2 months, 1 year, 2 years, several years later, you are going to see great changes in your life. I've seen it happen in my life. I've seen it happen in the lives of many, many people that I work with and I study with and mentor. And I've seen it happen. So why not you? Why not you take that power into your own hands and make the changes that you want today? So now, let us do our meditation in Aquarius I like these meditations. They're beautiful. And again, I encourage you to do this meditation for 7 days, for 10 days. There are 10 points here. Why not do it for 10 days and take each point in your life, ask questions. What does this mean? So here's what we're going to do today. We are going to think about good and beautiful things so that we refine the space around our body, our etheric body. We refine the space in our rooms, in our homes, with our relationships, and that refined space will generate great energies for us and great energies for everyone around us. Look what it says in this beautiful line that I'd like you to remember on page 288. When you start meditating and thinking about good and beautiful ideas, you refine the space and you nourish the angels. They come to you like hummingbirds and eat the pollen of your centers. Isn't that beautiful? We attract angels and devas and wonderful people around us because of the radiation that we put out. So here's the format of this meditation. You're going to close your eyes, relax, and do put a smile on your face so that you relax your face. And we're going to say the great invocation together with real emphasis. We are trying to bring down the light of God, the love of God, and we are going to link with the higher masters of wisdom, and then pay attention to that next to the last paragraph where we have something to do with letting the plan of light and love work out. That is our job, what we are going to do. Then we will say 3 silent ohms, and then we will do a meditation on the seed thought, what is demanded of me, and just think about that, physical, emotional, mental. And then we will close with another mantra and say 3 silent ohms. So sit up and put your shoulders back, your head up, breathe naturally and quietly, close your eyes. Take a deep breath and relax your physical body and stay awake. You are not sleeping, you are staying focused, awake, and vibrant in your thinking. And follow me with a great invocation, with deep, deep focus. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of men. Let light descend on earth. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of men. May Christ return to earth. From the center, where the will of God is known, let purpose guide the little wills of men, the purpose which the masters know and serve. From the center, which we call the race of men, let the plan of love and light work out, and may it seal the door where evil dwells. Let light and love and power restore the plan on earth. Let's say 3 ohms silently. Meditate on the seed thought, what is demanded of me physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually in this coming month so that I can change my life to what I want it to be in this coming year. Take your time and meditate for just a few minutes. What is demanded of me? Make sure the demands is you making a demand on yourself and not what other people are imposing on you. So you are going to ask yourself, what is it that I demand from myself? Repeat after me. From the center, which we call the race of men, let the plan of love and light work out. And may it seal the door where evil dwells. Let vision come and insight. Let the future stand revealed. Let inner union demonstrate. Outer cleavages be gone. Let love prevail. Let all men love. Let us say 3 Ohms silently and spread your loving energy, your light energy, and your purposeful energy toward the world. So in this chapter, we were given 10 points to help us calibrate our life to the energies of Aquarius. And I shared with you 3 of them. And they were, 1, to develop your thought energy. Learn how to meditate sequentially and scientifically. If you need any help, let me know. We have wonderful courses that will help you to learn how to meditate properly, and wonderful guidelines and joy and healing courses, for example, that will really help you in this process. The second item that I talked about was orient yourself toward the future. Don't keep looking backward. Look to the future and make the changes that you need to make going forward. The third one was that discover the power of self-healing in you by making the right life choices. When you make the right choices in your life, you will see that slowly, slowly, your ailments will start being healed physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, and you will keep going forward. Now, in this chapter, we see these 10 points. So take your time, meditate on these, and put them into practice. When you meditate, remember to think, observe, serious for 2 minutes to 5 minutes, and then write down your thoughts, and then after that, put them into practice. Turn yourself around so that you are not just looking backward, you are looking forward. We are in this age of Aquarius, which means great changes. But nothing happens and changes if we don't make the changes ourselves. This is what you have to do to make the change possible, is take the steps necessary. Expand your consciousness and learn about consciousness in these wonderful 3 books, volumes 1, 2, and 3. They are so wonderful. They help you not only learn how to expand your consciousness, but to bring your beingness close to that point of consciousness so that you don't have a huge gap between the two. it's important that we shorten the gap and make it smaller so that we are not having our head in the clouds somewhere and our life being a mess somewhere else. So put in practice what you learn. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you join us next time for the Wisdom of the Zodiac classes. I love being with you, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.